Hello! Hello. We are at the Old Farm 2 NC HSA race. Just outside of Taylorsville, North Carolina. This is my first race ever. That's my buddy Zach. He ended up crashing out about halfway through the first lap. He said he had some fat kid take him out, and he dislocated his shoulder.
Not very experienced, so heads up.
It was a bit of a rude statement, but okay. Yeah, like I said, first race ever. And it was exciting. My nerves were going nuts. I think I pissed maybe 14 times before this race. I screwed up there. I'm just going to point out my screw-ups. So on that start, I think I got it, or let my nerves get the best of me. I ended up not holding the starter long enough to let the motor crank over, do its thing. That whole fancy start up with the electric start. And so I had to sit there for an extra second or so, which put me in damn near last. But it is what it is. I had one goal coming into this race, and that was to finish. Preferably without injuring myself or the bike. Now my ego, that got destroyed anyway. That was regardless, I was going to get destroyed. But I finished the race. I didn't hurt myself. May have a few bruises, but that's inevitable. This dude on the pitter just getting it. Now this track was actually a lot of fun. It was a lot different than what I would have expected it to be. The last video that I put up was out at Brushy Mountain, and I'm more of which expected the terrain here to be that of Brushy because they are so close. But no, this place it's got a few elevation changes, a little bit here and there, but it's nothing crazy. A lot of it was fairly flat. There were some slick spots, and I'm still rocking the stock tires from whenever I got this bike back in April. Yes, I went out and I bought a brand new 2022 Yamaha TTR 230. Deal with it. DTR power, baby. I have a decent amount of traction whenever I do take it out on a track, like an actual motocross track, because why not? But out here, I had no front end grip. I'm pretty sure my balls were on the gas tank through almost every single corner, and it was still washing out. And see, let a guy go. With this being my first race, I didn't want to ruin anyone else's race, and I wasn't really trying to be rude to anyone. I wasn't trying to hold anyone up. even the few people that I actually did pass, that weren't just pulled off to the side. Oh, look. Crash number 1. Again, front end washes out. And I think this was probably the most embarrassing, second most embarrassing, third, somewhere in there. See this guy coming up in the orange here? Gives me the head nod. That's the cleanup crew. Those are the guys who follow everyone after everyone takes off to make sure that nobody has already died. And I saw him, I'm like, oh my god, I am last. One thing that I kind of assumed, however you want to put it, was to get a sight lap. Knew like the day before. That's kind of one of the reasons why we showed up the day before, was to hope that there was, or in hope that there was sort of like a practice, or you could go and do a sight lap real quick. Nothing too crazy. You're not ripping it through it. You know, you're not going to win practice, but just to be able to see the track, see the obstacles, terrain, that kind of stuff, so you know what you're looking forward to. But no, this is, I don't know if that's hare scramble rules or just off-road racing rules or something like that. But unfortunately, this is my first time seeing the track. Specifically, the middle 4 miles. The day prior, we took our dogs for a walk out here, and we walked the first about 1.5 miles-ish, and then the last 1 to 1/2 mile. So the dirt out here was actually pretty good. Like I was saying about with my front tire, it's just I couldn't really grip anything with the front tire. But yeah, there were some slick spots. Most of it was pretty grippy though. If I got onto a straight, even in the sand, it would just, I would pull. Don't get me wrong, it's a TTR. You ain't gonna be spinning much tire on a TTR, but I could hook up pretty well. So, thinking back on this race, what I could have done better is definitely, I mean, obviously stand more. But the other big thing, the majority of this race, I kept it in second. If you haven't been able to tell, I think I've changed gears maybe once, like shifted up into third. But I could, in all honesty, probably run 90% of this race going between third and fourth. Fourth on the straights, third through this tight stuff. There are definitely some sections where I would have needed to gone down to second gear. First gear is useless on this bike, but definitely go drop down into second gear to get through some of the tight stuff. Third gear for the not as super tight stuff, and then fourth gear on the straights. I just wasn't trusting myself or the bike or my skill level with any of this to be able to go out and run the race majority of it in third and in fourth straights. But I mean, I'm gonna keep coming back to this. It's my first race. You know, I did not know anything about racing or off-road races, hare scrambles, that kind of stuff. This is all completely new to me. My dog is right next to me right now while I'm doing this recording, and he just wants love. But yeah, so this guy, I don't know if he's on a Honda or a gas. I think it's a gas. He was holding me up. It was him and one other guy that comes up near the end of the first lap. So this guy, on the gas Honda or whatever it is, they're both red. They both kind of look alike. Gas. There we go. Okay. He was holding me up, which I kind of felt was funny. Someone else is holding me up, but it was one of those things where it's like, I know I'm kind of seeing my speed and what I'm comfortable with, and throughout the race, hi Bruno, I'm getting more comfortable with riding a little bit faster, a little bit more like on edge, I guess. And when I got behind someone who was holding me up, it was kind of like, oh, like, come on, like, you should not be holding me up, me of all people. But who knows? It could have been their first race also. They could have been a decent amount older, less experienced than I am, which is kind of hard to imagine, but regardless. So yeah, like I said, looking back on it, I probably could have been fourth going through most of these straights. A lot of them were fairly long.
Just go into second.
I was having issues, and I've been having it since Brushy. for some reason, I'd be in third gear, and I'll downshift to go into second, and it'll just go into neutral. It would just completely skip second gear, go straight down into neutral. So then, if I shift up, it puts me in second. But I don't know what that issue is. What's causing that? But this section, I actually had a lot of fun in the later laps. Go through these little sand jumps, and through the second and third lap, those last two, I was actually pulling the front end up and wheeling over them. Unfortunately, on my third lap, nobody was there. Nobody was standing there. So I was just showing off for myself, I guess. But this hill, it was actually a really nice hill. It wasn't choppy, and I could have gone so much faster. I should have gone so much faster down that hill, but I really just didn't feel like hurting myself, and like I said, I wanted to finish the race. So, but I can't exactly remember where in this lap, and I'll let it play through, like with the full sound and everything. It was hilarious. My buddies actually saved that clip, and we're passing it around in our family friend group chat. It was just a straight rookie mistake, in all honesty. One funny thing was, even with how slow I'm going right now, and granted, I'm going downhill for a lot of this, but with that little bit of dryness, a little bit of, I hit my helmet there. I got a scuff on my helmet from that one. I actually thought I bent the GoPro backwards. So whenever, or later in the second lap, I go remember it, and I try to bend it forward, but I guess I never bent it back. And then the GoPro was just looking at my helmet visor, so that's cool. But with the little bit of dust and dryness, it's kind of funny. You can, which I'd never thought of this before, because very new beginner. You can, when you're coming up and you see dust, it's like, oh my God, there's people in front of me that I can catch them. And it kind of gave me almost like a little bit of an adrenaline boost. Like, you guys are slow too. I'm not going to be the slowest. I honestly think the worst part of this whole race was the roots. you know, I'm not good with routes. They suck. Oh, here. I'll let this play out.
Damn it. Really? Twice in a fucking lap? You gotta be shitting me.
Oh man, that was hilarious. That was that section, that little 2 tip overs, 2 little wrecks in a row. That was hilarious. I couldn't get past that. Even just rewatching it right now, it's actually just hilarious to me that I did that.
Alright, now. I gotta pass all those fucking people. Again. Okay. Thanks, bike. Because I wanted to go in the fucking neutral.
And see, right there, it happened again. Go from third, shift down to second, and it just goes into neutral. And it doesn't really matter how hard I hit it. If I'm stomping on it or if I'm just tapping it with a feather, you know, it goes, but it's random. It's not all the time or anything. It's honestly, it's just whenever it feels like it. I don't know if I don't know if the clutches are just sticking together or something, or the I don't know if this has like a shift star or something like that in it or what, but I got to figure that out, because it almost put me over the edge of the cliff, one of the cliffs at Brushy. I was coming down over a hill, and it started going downhill with some rocks, and went to shift down in a second, and just went straight into neutral. this point, I definitely stopped trusting my front tire. It seemed like no matter what rut what turn, if there was a rut in it or if it was a flat turn or whatever, I was barely taking the turn. It was, which sucked because there were so many, especially in like that sandy section. The turns there were so nice, but I couldn't hit them. You know, I was too. No, honestly, I was too afraid that my front end was going to wash out again. One thing I did notice about myself when I had somebody behind me that was like a little bit faster, like I could hear them. I definitely, I heard them, but they weren't immediately on my ass. It really made me want to like push, you know, go faster and give them, honestly, kind of give them a little bit of a harder time to get around me, even though I didn't want to ruin anyone's races, so the majority of the faster guys, or anyone really trying to pass me, I would pull off. And this was one of the sections that we got to scope out the day prior. And it's kind of funny, the line choice that we picked, nobody was taking. The main line might have been the line choice that we picked. I don't remember. And there's Frazier again. That's the second time I passed him in this lap. And he got me back once, one of the times that I fell. Really, he's the only name that I remember just because I saw it 3 or 4 times during this race. And then I looked at the timesheet whenever they put the results out, and he finished right behind me in our class. So that's cool. There's a hill coming up that I realized I was having some major issues with my clutch. Also, I don't know why, but this bike, every once in a while when you start it up, you press the clutch in to go put it in gear, and it'll still take off on you. So, don't know. It has to be a clutch issue. But see there, I went to clutch in, and like just kind of just finger the clutch a little bit, feather it to.
Hey, you want to give me a hand real quick?
To go get around that tree, and it just kept going. One, I did not let off the gas. I completely understand that, but the bike just went straight.
I promise I don't suck that much.
The bike just went straight.
I think the fucking clutch is going out.
It is straight into the trees. So it is what it is. Here's this dude again.
Appreciate it.
That just blew my mind. Now we come into scoring. At the end of my third lap, that little rut back there, my peg was dragging in it. This dude stalls out twice. But here, for the majority of this second lap, I won't talk much, won't say much. I don't remember really, but I don't think I fell at all this lap. So, good on me. Improvement. I hear you. Oh, this dude. I pointed right. Like, I pointed right, and I've pulled off to the inside of the turn, pointed right, and he just ran into the back of me. And I was like, alright, that's cool, bro. But I digress. So yeah, don't think I fell at all this lap. So good on me, like I said, improvement. Some of these sections I did go obviously a little faster, some of them maybe a little slower, especially the places that I fell. Up here on the right, you'll see somebody in a lime green shirt. Boom, right there. So right there, I saw the lime green shirt and I said, that's my buddy, that's DeMeo. That's Zach. Why is he over there? Like, he should be lapping me by now. And that honestly, it threw my concentration and ended up blowing past the rut. And then going into neutral. Because obviously neutral is right in between second and third on this plate. I guess. I don't know. So that was the first lap. There was one lap. Later in this lap, I forced the GoPro down, so you just look at my visor. I will leave this second lap as quiet, as away from my voice as possible. So, if you watch it, cool. If not, cool. I would hope that you do. Throw me a like, a subscribe. I don't know. Or not. You do you, boo-boo. But I will let you guys enjoy the sweet, sweet sounds of a TTR 230.